On January 3rd, 2014, Marianne, of age 16, was abducted as she was walking home from school. Before authorities were able to find her, she was molested and raped. Along with being morally scared and terrified of deliveries, she also had to accept the fact that she was pregnant. Due to unfortunate situations like these occurring, a woman should have the right to do whatever she chooses to do with her body and have that choice, and that is why I'm pro-choice for abortion. I doubt that many of you, or any of you at all, lose sleep or even think about the idea of abortion. As like all of you in this room, I did not think much about the issue either until I came in contact with personal horrendous stories regarding the conception of babies and misfortunes of pregnancies. I understand you may not fully agree with my opinion or point of view, but I encourage you to listen along and attempt to understand some key concepts that I will bring to your attention. With being a female and a future in pediatrics, I have a passion for this area of subject. I have done extensive research on the subject of abortion and the choice of being pro-choice. Today, we will look at 3 main reasons why abortion is legalized and pro-choice is an option of people. With every female deserving the right to her own body, unplanned pregnancies, and life-threatening health situations, a woman should have the choice to abort and do as she chooses for the betterment of herself and the baby. Let's begin by talking about the rights of a woman's body. It's a simple fact. A woman should have full legal rights to her own body and have the ability to make the decisions best for her health the most. The Roe v. Wade court decision legalized abortion as a fundamental right in 1973 in the United States of America. According to Almagardo Daily News, Roe v. Wade is a landmark decision in 1973 by the U.S. Supreme Court on the issue of abortion, in which the court ruled 7-2 that a right to privacy under the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment extended a woman's decision to have an abortion. The government should not be responsible to make the decision of abortion for women. A woman should be treated as an adult and have that right to make her own choice regarding abortion. Some ideas that support the main idea of a woman's right to her own body are timing issues and health conditions affecting the health of the mother and the baby. Regardless if the timing situation revolves around financial status or life complications, timing is an important and effective part of bringing a child into this world. It is common in pregnancies for complications to occur either with the baby or with the mom. In situations like this, when it is a matter of life or death, a woman deserves the right to make the decisions that will affect her body and her baby. Now that we have talked about the rights of the body regarding Roe v. Wade and the issue of pregnancy, let's talk more into detail about causes and effects of unplanned pregnancies. Like Marianne's story, many unplanned pregnancies occur throughout the world. According to the Salt Lake Tribune, researchers estimate that anywhere from 57 to 65% of pregnancies are unattended. Contraceptive failures and misuse of contraceptives may lead to the conception of a child. In situations like this, it may be bad timing, whether it is financial issues, schoolwork, related issues, or insurance difficulties. If a child cannot be supported due to any of these aspects, the choice of abortion may be the best choice for both the fetus and the mother. If a child is unwanted, it is not a good decision to bring them into this world. How a child is raised is essential in the health and wellness of the child. Rape is another example of unplanned pregnancy. Although the amount of pregnancies occurring from rape is much lower than the total amount of pregnancies in the U.S., it is still important and shouldn't be looked over. According to the Men Post by Susan Perry, 5% of rape victims of reproductive age 12 to 45 become pregnant, a percentage that results in about 32,000 pregnancies in the U.S. each year. Men Post also states that a national survey recorded about 19,500 U.S. abortions to end pregnancies occurring from rape or incest. Put yourself in the shoes of someone who is going through this or has had to experience and go through this. Imagine yourself as a female and being raped by anyone, whether that is a random stranger or an incest. Would you want the right to choose what to do with the baby, or would you rather not have that right to choose? As I brought to your attention the unplanned pregnancies, entitling a pro-choice decision in abortion, now let's talk about the health issues associated with pregnancies. If a mother or child is at risk for a life-threatening health condition, the mother should have the right to continue with the pregnancy or to abort. During pregnancies, the mother can encounter serious health-related problems that can be life-threatening. The health of the mother is essential in the wellness of the baby. If conditions occur where the life of the mom will be affected, the mom could and should be able to keep the child or choose to abort. As well as the mother being affected, the baby can also be affected. During stages of pregnancy, the baby can develop diseases or abnormalities that affect the health of the baby. Some of these abnormalities include heart defects and brain abnormalities. More specific, ectopic pregnancy is a life-threatening condition for the mother. In this type of pregnancy, the fertilized egg doesn't implant into the womb. Implantation occurs in the fallopian tube, requiring early termination. The fertilized egg has no chance of survival. Dr. Vandana Narula states in the article Ectopic Pregnancy in the InfoTrack newsstand that it is true that an ectopic pregnancy can never be saved. In 1 to 2 weeks, the pregnancy has to be terminated because the fallopian tube can get ruptured. Regardless if it's the mother or the baby that may suffer life-threatening issues, it's a serious issue. Having the choice to continue with the pregnancy that could involve life and death with the baby or the mom is the choice of the carrier of the baby. If a baby were going to be born with abnormalities or possible death after birth, would you want to bring that baby in the world as it would have no sense of life? In conclusion, abortion is a pro-choice decision that a woman should have the right to make. Today I described to you reasons and occurrences that lead me to being pro-choice and a proponent of abortion. People who are pro-life and do not believe in abortion argue that aborting is considered murdering a human. However, fetuses are not considered viable until it is physically able to breathe and live without the mom. Being pro-choice does not necessarily mean that I would have an abortion or encourage you to have an abortion. It simply means that I agree with the fact that women should have the right to choose what they do and what they want to do with their own body. According to the Washington Post, President Obama quoted, "As long as we've got to fight to make sure women have access to qualified, affordable health care, and as long as we've got to fight to protect a woman's right to make her own choice about her own health, I want you to know that you've also got a president who is going to be right there fighting every step of the way." I hope you gained insight on females' perspective and consider that regardless if you believe in abortion or not, the decision should be available and left in the woman's hands. Overall, women should have the freedom to decide what's best for them, not the government in terms of abortion.